Shock Journal Radio. Shock Journal Radio brings you NFL Talk Late Night. Just two hardcore fans talking football after their kids have gone to bed, and they invite you to join our conversation. If there's a hot topic or even a cold topic, these chumps will be drawing it up every night. So leave those nudie sites alone and call us. And if you're lucky, they might give you my number. NFL Talk Late Night from Shock Journal Radio.
All right, Jock Stars. I'm sure you're all probably watching Thursday Night Football as the Rams are totally obliterating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Scored 21-3 early into the third quarter. Case Keenum is tearing stuff up, and I'm like, Matt, that can't be happening. But only in a color rush game would that ever be happening with a team that has no ability to possibly ever get into the playoffs, or they'd be playing a better quarterback. Right, Matt? I like screwing with you. Anyways, I'm Nash, and you're listening to NFL Talk. And I'm sorry, Matt, I actually had your mic off still. My apologies. Nobody actually had a chance to hear you talk about Case Keenum. So I'll give you a chance to kind of reiterate what was just said there for a few seconds about how you believe Case Keenum is the next Joe Montana.
I don't know about the next Joe Montana, but I think Case Keenum's good. I think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he's showing that today, picking this defense apart and playing fairly well. 175 and 2 touchdowns is respectable no matter who you are. So good for them, and it's about time the Rams got someone in who can throw the ball.
Well, that's true. That I got to give you that. It is good that they finally did get what they needed to in this situation. So I'm glad that the Rams are continuing to make the NFC West look exceptionally dominant, and every time the Seattle Seahawks are going to be beating them in the near future, we're going to have to remember that the Rams are just just another amount of tough teams. You know, I was today I tried getting into football a little bit today, but I had so many things going on, and I'm working my rear end off. I just got it done with a week's worth of vacation. I know you guys are like, you weren't on vacation. You've been on the radio all week long. Well, I was on vacation. Vacation from my regular, everyday 9 to 5 type of thing. Well, I went through and I looked at it, and we've done about $2,600 that we've paid in Christmas gifts so far this year. And we still have a couple of people to pay for. Yeah, I know. We still have a couple of people to buy for. And we're like, okay, so it's probably going to get up to about $3,200. We dropped probably about $600 on each kid.
Wow.
Yeah, we got some, a couple of flat screen TVs, for their rooms and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. Well, I think they're pretty happy with what we're going to be giving them. They don't know we're going to.
They should be happy with that. Are you kidding me?
Well, kids these days, you just never know. And
no, I don't buy into it.
What do you have a limit that you keep your kids under? What do you stay under?
$300 per kid.
That's not bad, though, really. I mean, $300, that would have been a good Christmas for me back in the day.
Oh, my God. And as well, my kids are so spoiled, that's ridiculous. They literally have 2 Xbox 360s, 2 PlayStation 3s, 3 PlayStation 3s, and an Xbox One. They have flats, so they have TV. It's like, what else can you get them? And last year, this is what happened. This is what happens at every Christmas, too. You think you're getting your kid this big, amazing thing, right? You get him all these things, and the $5 gift that you threw in his stocking, that's the one he plays with for 4 hours. It's like, okay. I just watched that happen so many times that I was like, listen, never again. I'm just going to go bare bones on Christmas from now on, and I'm going to buy him one big, decent thing, right? $100 item, and then the rest is just small items, because they're kids. They just tear it up and torture it. Once they get a little older, you can go into like a cell phone or tablet or something like that, but it just they just don't understand the value of any of that stuff, and it doesn't help that we're teaching them by giving them all this stuff. We just further immerse them into the consumerism that we already live in, and I don't want to get it started with them.
Yes, consumerism is probably the biggest level of evil that is actually there, because it essentially puts you into a slave-like situation for the rest of your life, as debt is nothing more than just one big slavery sign-up. You know, Matt, we gotta talk about a lot of things tonight, but one of the things that I would like to hear from the listeners, and you wouldn't just go ahead and text us 77948. You type the word text space and then your message, okay? Go ahead and text us what is the most crazy, high-end, high-dollar, ridiculous, extravagant gift you've ever got somebody for a Christmas present. And this gives you the opportunity to get a $50 gift card if your gift blows our hair back and shocks us so badly that we have to. So this is your opportunity to go ahead and text 77948. Type the word text, space, and then your message. I would love to hear if somebody's gotten a car, or, you know, $10,000 trip, or maybe a brand new home. I want to hear it from you. So go ahead and text us, and we'll read those out to you. Also, guys, just to let you know, 2 new things. One is this app I've been working on all day long, and it's been driving me absolutely crazy. And it's that Sports Mania, Name That Sport. Sometimes I get to a point where I wish I never played it, and other times I love it to death to a point where it's driving me insane. I can't get past level 118. So if anybody can get past level 118, I will pay you $10 for the information to get me past this one, as it has completely got me stuck. So just go ahead and text me the answer to level 118 on the Sportsmania Name That Sport. We are going to be sponsoring them all week long. The app is absolutely fantastic. It gets me, it racks my brain. It makes me think. And all the guys here at Jock Journal are playing it and talking about it, and we can't get past it. So this is your opportunity to be smarter than us. This is Jock Stars. Show us what you're made of. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to everybody about is the other app that's coming out this weekend. Yes, you've all wanted it. You've all been asking for it. Well, it's finally freaking here. And that is the Jock Journal app. This app will allow you to not only listen to us while you're on the go, and not only us, but all the other shows that are on the Jock Journal radio station. But it'll also give you the opportunity to text, chat, confer with other people about all sorts of things that have to do with sports. In fact, there's even a locator device. So you can find other Jock Stars right out there in Jock World, inside your local area. Maybe you can meet somebody, hang out, have a beer. Who knows? So it's going to be available absolutely free from the Apple store as well as the Android store. All you got to do is go in and pull it off, and it'll be available to you immediately. So this weekend, probably around Friday, we'll see. First, from the 904, we got a early Shock the Jock, a $4,000 Chevy Silverado truck for his son for Christmas this year. Matt,
that's like a first car or something.
I know. I want this guy as my daddy.
Oh no! Oh, you just say daddy?
Daddy, yeah. I mean,
God.
well, no, my dad did me pretty well. He actually got me a pumpkin-colored Mustang. Automatic, of course, so I wouldn't be burning tires or anything else like that. It was a 1978 Mustang 2, Ford Mustang, pumpkin colored, like really bad orange. It was a good car while it lasted. It really was. I enjoyed that little car. It only had 77,000 miles on it when I got it in 1993. So that was kind of a nice little blessing, but it was essentially a Pinto in disguise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, my first one's a 1972 Toyota Tercel, and it was sweet.
A 1972 Toyota Tercel. Those things will live through the zombie apocalypse. How many miles did you get on it?
I don't know. It had a couple 100,000 miles on it, but as someone threw a firebomb in it and blew it up in my front yard because I just ran with the wrong crowds. And...
Hold on. You're saying somebody from your crowd threw a firebomb into your car and blew it up on the front yard? Dude, what type of crowd are you hanging out with?
Yeah. Well, so obviously the
That's
kind
pretty
of crowd
hardcore.
that does that. And so but the point of the story is it drove to the dump after that. It was awesome.
You drove a half burned up car to the dump.
Yeah, and it drove there. It was awesome. It would have run through anything, and it would run on like $4 worth of gas. I could drive for like 5 days. It was so sweet.
Those were the days. And yeah, those Toyota Tercels are absolutely, utterly amazing. You can't make them stop. You really can't. I mean, you could go put it around a tree and then just start the engine and back up. The engine might be in your front compartment, but it'll still drive it really well. So I guess that kind of gets us through all that, and let's go ahead and get to the news.
So these idiots are talking news now? Are they pulling this off of Jock Journal? So I guess this proves they can read. What a joke.
All right, guys, that's time for the news. So let's talk about the first thing in the news, and that's Tom Brady edging out Cam Newton for MVP this year. Is this right or is this wrong? Because it seems to me like Cam Newton has been more valuable not only to his team, but has led them to a bigger, better record. I can't see any reason that Brady should have beat out Cam Newton. Can you?
No, not at all. I mean, I think the only reason is glaringly apparent. He's white, Cam Newton's black.
Oh, the race card. He did it. He called it. He said it. Matt, you're going to have to explain
any other
that.
reason. I don't see any other reason. Look, we've seen this happen. Cam Newton, I think, is the best quarterback in the NFL this year, hands down. He does a couple dances, and people are throwing a huge fit. The next week, Travis Kelce, a white tight end, he hits the Quan, which is the same kind of dance that the dab is, and he does it very clear with everyone watching. No one says a word. I don't hear anything about it. But when Cam Newton does it, it's a huge thing. Now we're shocked that Tom Brady, the picture of white America, wins in voting over Cam Newton. Of course he does.
Are you saying
not surprising?
Are you saying that good old white America, the ones voting for this, are essentially racially motivated? The fans of the NFL, all the people who voted for Tom Brady, did it on a racial motivation and not just because of they thought he was better.
I don't want to. It's not like this. It's not like someone goes out and goes, "Oh, I'm going to vote for the white guy." But when if it comes down, you have fans in the NFL. If it comes down to Tom Brady versus Cam Newton, they're going to, on a subconscious level, default to what they relate with more. And unfortunately, that's probably going to be Tom Brady.
Well, how can that be?
For a couple different reasons.
He might be white.
For a couple different reasons. Not just that, but this. I would venture to say that the amount of people that actually take the time to vote for something like that are going to probably be majority. I'm going to say a larger percentage of them are going to be white people, just because it's something that white people would take the time to do and care about. I honestly just would love to know the percentage of black people that cared about NFL voting and the Pro Bowl and took the time to sit down at their home computer, go online, and do the voting, right? Instead of, I just don't think that they would take as many, a larger percentage of people. I think the percentage would be more white people would take the time, because that just sounds like a white thing to do, honestly.
A white thing to do. You know what a white thing to do is what this texter just sent in from the 736. He said he spent $5,600 building his mother-in-law a mother-in-law house in the backyard. Yeah, that's a pretty white thing to do, and I'm going to probably find out.
No, that's not a white thing to do, or a black. That one's not. That's a smart thing to do. Any guy who wants to make his wife happy and, wants to have their family close would do something like that. So that I can see.
I can't imagine having my mother-in-law I'm a white guy. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if I were in a different culture somewhere along the lines, I could be able to handle my mother-in-law